Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and on this one I'm gonna try a cool new trick to use the HotMod V2. So this comes with two JCM800 S tubes, and I did a video where I installed this mod into the JCM800 Zakk Wylde, and it was cool, great, but I felt that it was a little bit too gainy and the amp really didn't clean and it wasn't that responsive. And I got an email from David, who is the main man of Legendary Tones, and he builds these, that he figured that if you put a 1287, which is ECC81 in Europe, into the first slot, to the left slot of the HotMod, it actually becomes a little bit more dynamic and it cleans better and so on. So I'm gonna try it now to this one. But first, let me compare all my 800s as a stock, and then I will put this one, the original with two ECC83S, and then I will have, I found it a Groove Tubes 1287. Let's try the different amps. So what I have here is the Bad Boy from 1984, and then its little brother from 1985. They're the best 800s I've ever played, and I'm glad that I have them. This has 6550s, this has EL34s. These used to have EL34s, but they're pretty much the same. The Bad Boy has a little bit more of that high-end sizzle. And then completely stock Zakk Wylde head, which is basically a reissued 2203X, just with 6550 power tubes and the Wylde graphics. So now I have SD1 on. Now first the Bad Boy. As you hear, they all sound great. The Bad Boy is the kind of meanest, tightest. It's just everything is in the right places. The 85, it's pretty similar, but it just doesn't have that high-end sizzle, and it's a little bit different character because of the EL34s. And this has probably, it's the most like, and I really like this, but I prefer these two a little bit more because they just they're a bit more chunkier. They respond to playing. Like really, I mean, I've had these over 20 years. So I'm not looking to add more gain, but just kind of like punch. Let's check out them all without SD1. So first the Zakk Wylde head. Like you heard, these two are just like, they have that little something. And this is almost, but it kind of lacks that little something. So now I'm gonna install the original HotMod there, HotMod V2 with two JCM800 tubes, and then let's compare. So you install the V2 mod to the second V2 slot. The amp has cooled down now a bit, because I'm gonna just remove. It has JCM800, and then this one goes here, like that, and then tighten the screw, and then this ground lift, I put it to the one of the filter caps here. That's in place. Now I'll turn the amp and let's see how it sounds. Okay, now it's on. The settings are exactly the same, and the switches on the V2 mod, when they are in the down position, it's less gain, tighter bass. It sounds like this. Let's compare. It's like a bit sizzly. Let's turn more gain. So there's lots of gain, and I don't have any overdrives now on. But it's really hard to clean. So now I rolled back the volume and the bad boy. There's this zzz, even if I lessen the gain, it's like a bit weird. So it doesn't clean up very nicely. And let's put both up, and this becomes really high gain monster. So now there's no bass cut and the gain is maxed. Yeah, it's like really high gain amp, and the bass is a little bit fat. Let's put the bass cut back on. But the amp kind of ducks. It becomes less dynamic and less responsive to playing. So that's why I haven't used this. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna switch the 1287 tube to the first slot of the HotMod, and let's see what happens then. I haven't done this before, so this is an experiment. Okay, the amp has cooled down a bit, and then let's take this off, and the ECC83S off, and then okay, that's in there. Then let's put the cover. Cool. So these were the switches I mentioned. More gain, less gain, normal bass, bass cut, which I think is cool. It keeps the head tighter. Okay, I'm gonna turn this back on and it's on again. Let's see, both switches are down position. No bass cut. Man, this works. It cleans, and because I used to have a lot of treble, a lot of presence on this one, because this was a little bit duller. Because on these, the presence is around noon, mids around noon, treble around 6, bass 9, preamp around 6, 6.5. And this I used to run at 10 and master on 4 and 5 or 5. But now it's set up pretty similarly. Okay, let's turn more gain. Oh, that's a bit too much. Less gain, no bass cut. Man, this works. These are exceptional. These are stuck, but for some reason they're just more punchier than many other 800s I've tried, including this. But now, man, this is, you know, preamp 7 is set up pretty much the same. The volume, master volume is higher, but I don't need to crank this anymore that high, and I don't need to add that much presence and treble. So it makes the amp like just like I hoped it would do. Not to really add gain, but to add punch. So there's more presence, more treble, that high sparkle what these two have. Okay, then let's check it out with SD. Yeah, it has more treble, more presence, and the bass is now more tighter, I feel. Yeah, this works, man. And let's try put more preamp gain. Yeah, now it's pretty much the same as these ones, 6.5. So let's try the low input, because on this one, the low input, it was really weak. SD off. Yeah, the low input is more alive too. Man, I'm really impressed. Okay, yes, this is good. David, awesome work. Thanks for the email that you suggested me to try this out. Now I really like this. So the gain is pretty much, because I backed the gain now, because it was 10 before, but now it's like here above 6. So there's not that much gain, but the amp just is more alive. I didn't have to crank the treble and presence, and it feels like more tighter, and I somehow feel that the mids are a little bit different. It's more like these two. Conclusion: if you're not completely happy with your 800, you just want to have more punch, more aggression, you know, like a bad boy. And on the little brother 85, Hotmod V2 and the left tube 12AG7/ECC 81 and the right tube 12AX7/ECC 83. And that's the thing, because AG7 is a lot cleaner tube. It doesn't have that much gain than the AX7. So this is really good. Now it cleans up nicely, it stays tight, there's not insane amounts of gain. And yeah. And there's different versions. This one, what I have, it works with the reissues, and with this one, the newer ones, I can install it here, and I don't need to. And it works with the 987X. And then David does versions that you can put on these vintage amps. But don't ask me if this fits to your amp. Check David's website, Legendary Tones, link in the description. If you can't find information there, please send him an email. I'm just a player. I can only do that. So what I just did. So yeah, awesome. I think I'm gonna have this here. So basically this is my first modded 800 ever. And it's really easy. You don't need to have a tech. As you saw, you can do it yourself. You can check it out whenever you want. Strong recommendation. Well done, David. Hey, thanks for watching. Hopefully you found this interesting and informative. If you liked, please thumbs up, please subscribe. You know, there's a link, affiliate links to all kinds of gear. You know, if you purchase using those links, it helps me and my channel. So really appreciate that. All the best. Take care. See you soon. Bye.